Hi there, in this lesson we're going to again look at constructing triangles, but a different method this time. We're going to look at angle side angle. Okay, so if we look at the triangle here, I'm going to draw, it's got an angle, and then a side, and then an angle. Okay, now I'm going to look at two different examples, one with just two acute angles, one with an obtuse angle there, 140, a bit trickier to draw. But let's start with this one first. So same as before, I've got a protractor ready, a ruler ready, and I'm going to start measuring. Okay, so remember to be as accurate as you possibly can. You're not allowed much margin of error at all in exams. Okay, so I'm firstly trying to get 6.3 centimeters here. So I'm going to take my line tool and I'm going to start here, not the start of the ruler where there's no line markings at all, the start of the line markings, which is there. I'm going to measure 6.3, so 6 and then 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, right on there. So that's my 6.3, I'm quite happy with that. Right, I'm going to write 6.3 there, 6.3 centimetres. Right, now I've got two angles to choose from. I'm going to start with this one at this side. Okay, so again, I take my protractor, look for this wee target bit here, and I match that up to this side. Okay, the target now should go right on the end of the line. Okay, the end of the line should be right in the centre of that circle, and it should match up to this bottom line of the protractor. I want to measure around this direction, 35 degrees. Okay, so I'm going from here round. Now, that side of the protractor starts at 180, so I'm going to use the inside, 0, 10, 20, 30. Now, 30 matches up with 150, so if I go 5 forwards from that, I'm going to get 35. The next one, the 140, would match up with the 40 degrees, so you want to go in between these two, which is 35. Once you've done that, you can remove that, and what you want to do is you don't know how long this line is, so you want to kind of put a line in, but you can't, and it has to go through that blue dot, but you kind of want to make it faint. Don't draw it too heavy because you don't know where it's going to stop. Now I'm going to kind of, I don't know, fade this out maybe a wee bit. I'll make it a wee bit lighter. Let's try it, something like that. Okay, so I've kind of made it a bit lighter there. All right. Now I'm going to go to the other side now with my protractor. Put my target right on the end of the red line there, matching up with the bottom line of here. And I'm trying to get 48 degrees. So now I'm measuring round from this side. Okay, so I'm measuring around 48 degrees, but because this one starts at the 0 on outside, I can quite easily go round to 48. 10, 20, 30, 40, there's 45, there's 50, so it's 2 before, so it's that there. Okay, now what I can do is I can join this up with quite a kind of thick line now. I can go right through the blue to that faint line, and then I can draw that one in like that, now solid, and I've got a good triangle now. Okay, I'm going to mark in my 35 degrees, and I'm also going to mark in my 48 degrees, and you're kind of done there. You can put your F, G, and your E if you wanted as well. Now, sometimes what happens is, see this faint line, it's not long enough, so make sure you make it quite long, this faint line, so that this one matches it up. If you need to extend it a bit further and you find distance is not going to match it, then just keep it going a bit longer. Okay, right, so let's go on to the next one. We've got this one here to draw, a wee bit trickier. Now, I'm going to start exactly the same way. I'm going to start with the bottom of the triangle. Okay, now the bottom of the triangle is 5 centimeters. Again, don't start at the start of the ruler, the start of the lines. So 5 centimeters, that goes to there. Okay, right, so I've got my 5 centimeters. I'm going to write that down, 5 centimeters. And then I can just pick whichever angle I want to use first. Okay, I am going to pick the 25 degrees. I'm going to use that. So I'm going to set my protractor on this side. Okay, again, target, right in the middle of the target is that red line. Now, I'm measuring 25 degrees and I'm going around in this direction. So 25 degrees round in this direction. Again, use the inside. 0, 10, 20, there's 30, so 25 is right in the middle. You can see it there. So 25 degrees. Okay, I'm going to remove the protractor. Now, when I draw this line in, I'm going to make it quite long because I know it's going to go up something like that. So I'm going to make it quite long. Again, I'm making sure I go through that dot there Don't just stop at the dot, that's not long enough. Make it go through the dot and make it quite long. Again, do it faint when you're doing it. I can make it faint up here, but you should be doing it faint. I'll make it faint like that. Okay. Then you want to put your protractor back on the other side, like this. And we're going to measure this one, 140, round like that, round in that direction, 140. Okay, so I'm going round in this direction, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, all the way round to 140, which is there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to join this up like that. Okay, so I'm going to go through it and hopefully it matches up with that. Now, what you can see here is this line is not meeting the other one, so I'm going to have to extend that other line. So that's easy enough to do though. You can just put your ruler back on it, extend it, just make it sure it's going through. Extend up to there, keep it going. It might need to go a wee bit further than that. And then I can just extend this one as well, make it go through, it's going through there, and there it's going to meet like that. Okay, so sometimes you have to extend your lines, but making sure they're going through the wee dots. That should still go through the wee dots there. And then what I can do now is I can make that a kind of darker line now, like that. And there I've got my triangle. Okay, just mark in the angle, so that was 25 degrees. And the other one was 140 degrees. And again, you can put in the F, the G, and the E. But there's your triangle done.